Hello, my name is Pedro Wang, and for this presentation, I will evaluate the use of strip cropping as a management practice in the field of agriculture. Strip cropping is an agriculture practice where crops are planted in long, narrow strips across a field, typically following the contour of the land. This method alternates strips of a raw crop such as corn or cotton with strips of a cover crop such as grass or soybeans. The main purpose of strip cropping are to reduce soil erosion, improve soil fertility, and manage water runoff more effectively. It helps preserve the fertility of the soil by forming a water dam in between the strips. Therefore, nutrients that would have been lost due to runoff are otherwise retained in the dam. Some plant parts absorb more nutrients and minerals than other parts. During erosion, when water reaches the soil with low minerals which constitutes the strength of the soil, therefore it washes the topsoil away, stripping it of the little available nutrients. This is otherwise avoided by the strip of soil which reduces the pressure of the water, making it difficult to wash the soil away, thereby maintaining the soil fertility. Aside from improving soil fertility, field strip cropping reduces soil erosion. Due to the strip of soil in between the crops, erosion of wind and water is prevented. Since the strip serves as a break in the movement of both water and wind, it also enhances water infiltration by allowing the soil to absorb a large amount of water, which forms a dam in the strip, thereby improving the growth of the crop. The accommodation of strips depends on the purpose and correspondingly their type. Thus, auxiliary plants can be arranged on the contour as buffers or in lines with other species. Correspondingly, there are contour, buffer, field, and wind strip cropping techniques. For contour strip cropping, crop bands are lined according to the relief contour. The practice is particularly efficient on slopes. Compared with up and down rows, planting along the contour simplifies machinery movement and field operations. It also protects soil from root formation and sedimentation by slowing runoffs down. For field strip cropping, crop bands are arranged in parallel lines across the field without following the contours. This method is suitable either for flat areas or gentle slopes, and it is used if the soil is not too prone to erosion. Field and strip farming is also a solution when the previous practice is not feasible or rational due to relief specifics, such as wavy lands. For buffer strip cropping, this method places permanent strips of grass or other perennial plants between the strips of annual crops. The buffer strips can trap sediment and nutrients before they reach water bodies, acting as a filter. For wind strip cropping, in this case protecting plants perpendicular facing the prevailing winds so their position does not depend on the slope contour. These are long bands nearly of the same width that grow on even or almost even terrains. They serve as a shield and mitigate the wind damage on yields and soils, so the suitable options are high growing corn, sorghum, and more. Strip cropping, while beneficial in many ways, does come with its own set of challenges and barriers that can make its implementation difficult or less effective in certain situations. Complex planning and management. It requires careful planning to align with the natural contour of the land, which can be time-consuming and complex. Crop rotation within the strips must be managed carefully to maintain soil health and control pests and diseases. Land limitations. It is not suitable for all types of land, particularly those with steep slopes or irregular shapes where strip cropping may not be feasible or effective. The efficiency of strip cropping can be reduced in regions with minimal slope or in areas prone to high winds that can across the strips. Crop yield variations. Some strips, particularly those with cover crops, may yield less economic return than others, affecting overall profit. Fluctuation in market practice for different crops can affect the economic viability of maintaining diverse strips. Pest and diseases transfer. While strip cropping can help with pest management, it can also lead to a spread of pests and diseases between adjacent strips if not managed correctly. Water management issues. If not designed correctly, strip cropping could potentially lead to increased water runoff and erosion, especially if crop strips are not aligned with the land's natural contours. Inadequate buffers, strips may not be effectively filled out or runoff, leading to nutrient leaching into waterways. Here are the sources that are used in this presentation.